Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will do something that I have not done yet on my channel, and I will start covering also Windows Server. Many of you are also using Windows Server for your production machines, either if it's a SQL server or file sharing, domain control, etc. So in this video we will cover the basics of the Windows Server security. I will show you how you can secure various things like RDP port, how you can limit those to listen to specific IP. Also, we will configure some security basics that comes directly from Department of Defense in United States. And we will do everything via group policy editors. So by the end of this video, your server should be secured basically, and also I will show you about the ESET server security, which I work exclusively only with ESET. And yeah, I hope you're going to like this video. You can follow along, and also I will have a blog post ready so you can read more about the STIGs, SCAPs from Department of Defense, United States. So share it, give it a like, comment down below, and let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I'm currently in a fresh Windows Server 2022. And let me check. And I get the server from Hetzner, which you can also set up your own. But the server is on the cloud, so that's why it's really necessary to keep those servers on the cloud very secure, because they are publicly available with the IP, so we will secure everything. I have done all the updates, all the things, so I'm currently logged in as administrator, which is the default user when you install the Windows Server. And what we want to do, we want to disable this administrator account, and instead we want to create our own administrative account. So let's just do it. So to add a new user, what you want to go is to your server manager. You go to Tools, Computer Management, and here on the left side you will see Local Users and Groups. Go to Users, you right click, and you're going to add a new user. So you want to enter the username, which in this case is gonna be Webnestify. Give yourself a name, and for the password I highly recommend to generate password in Password Manager. So I'm going to generate password, which is 128 characters. I'm going to paste it here, and you can uncheck user must change password at the next logon, and you can also user cannot change password or the password never expires. Those are up to you. If you have different company policies, you need to set it up accordingly. So let me create this user. Okay. So as you can see, we have created our local host user. Now what we need to do is to add this user to the administrative group. So when we go to the groups, we open administrators, and we're going to add a new member, and we're just gonna type Webnestify and check names, click OK, apply, OK. So now the Webnestify user is administrator on the server. In order to disable the default administrator account, what you need to do, you need to open a PowerShell. So you go to right click, open PowerShell as admin, and you want to type it disable local user name, and it's gonna be administrator. Administrator. Perfect. So now when we go to list our users, as you can see, we have the icon down for the administrator. So only your account can remotely log in to your Windows server. Next thing what I also recommend to do if you don't want to use IPv6, I like to disable the IPv6 on the server. So when you go to your local server in the server management, usually if you deploy it by default, you will get the IPv6, but you will need to open the network interface, click properties, and here you see the Internet Protocol version 6. If you have it checked, feel free to disable it. And for the IPv4, I like to change the DNS server to the Cloudflare. So you double click on it and you will need to add the Cloudflare DNS, which is 1.1.1.1, and the secondary is 1.0.0.1. Click OK, OK, and now you have your IPv6 disabled and DNS is getting queries from the Cloudflare, which is really great. Okay, and now what I'm going to show you is how you can limit Windows RDP ports to listen to only your specific IP address. In order to do that, you will need to go to the firewall, Windows Defender Firewall with Advanced Security. Let me make it bigger for you. And you want to go to the inbound rules. And you want to scroll down where you will see Windows remote management, and also, where is it? Windows it's gonna be remote desktop. So first we will do the remote desktop and also the remote management. So in order to set your specific IP from your VPN, you can double click on it. You go to the scope, you go to these IP addresses, and you want to paste your dedicated IP address straight away here. So for this demonstration, I'm going to do only the local host. Click OK. You can click apply. Perfect. Another will be also for the user mode. I'm gonna be scope, these IP addresses, paste, apply, OK. Oh, yes, of course, I locked myself. Okay. As you can see, sometimes we do errors, so I locked myself from the remote, so I'm gonna need to reinstall the Windows and we will continue. Alright, so we are back. I reinstalled the Windows and now we're gonna go to the firewall and we're gonna set up those rules. Open the firewall. Let's go to inbound. Let's search for remote desktop. Scope, these IP addresses, add, apply. Also for the user mode. Luckily, we are not disconnecting this time. And also for the UDP, same IP address. Okay, next what we want to set up is the Windows remote management. So this one is from the local subnet, which is fine, but we wanna do this one. These IP addresses, add, apply, and also we can do the compatibility. These IP addresses, add. Okay, and when you see the local subnet, that means only computers connected to the server. So those computers are on the local network. Anything else, like any, that means outside from the server. So if you publish your DNS, anyone could basically try to get in to your server. And if you're going to use your server as a domain controller, then you're going to enroll your company devices, please make sure you secure your Windows server very tightly. And the reason is because attackers always looking for the domain controller. So once they got access to your domain controller server, they can move to each computer in the local network. So you either can do this like this, and also we will set up now the group policies by the Department of Defense, and I'm going to talk a little bit what we are going to do now. So in order to get your server with compliance from Department of Justice, we will use some tools. And the first tool will be the Security Content Automation Protocol, SCAP. SCAP is a pseudo specification for automating the process of assessing and monitoring the security of government systems. And this is really nice that they make this publicly available, so everyone can get those group policies, security policies on their own servers. So SCAP is for basically benchmarking the security system. And then we will use the DoD Security Technical Implementation Guides, STIGs. And those are collection of documents that provide comprehensive guidelines for securing various IT products and systems. So basically, when I will leave the link for those websites in the description and also in the blog post. But basically what we need to do, we need to now download the SCAP for Windows. So let me navigate, I think it's gonna be on the latest page. And we download the SEC 5.8 for Windows. Let me download it. Okay, we can extract. Extract all. Okay, now we can download some benchmarks. For example, let me find the Windows server. Oracle Microsoft Windows Server 2022 stick benchmark. So we're gonna download this. We're also going to extract. And now we can launch the SCAP benchmark. So let's just open it. We can install it. More info, run anyway. And we're gonna accept, next. You can also do the desktop shortcut if you want. And we're going to install it. And if you want to read more, you also have the user manual or how you can use it, but it's relatively simple. And let's click finish. And now we can open it. Okay. It's gonna check all the resources, so give it a second. And what we now want to do, we want to add Windows Server 2022 sticks. We're gonna remove it and we're gonna select the Windows Server 2022. And what we can now do, we can start scan. And we click continue. And now this DoD SCAP will do the current system benchmark. So once it's finished, I'm gonna let you know the score. Okay, the scan is complete and now we can view the results. You want to select the report type all settings, you double click it, and here you can see all the results from this Windows Server. And our compliance status is in red, which has score of 44.86%, which is not very good. When you scroll down, you will see some high severity category run things that we need to check. And you need to manually configure those, but don't be afraid, we're gonna import the sticks with local group policy objects, so we can automate all of those things. So once you go over the results, you will see there are many things that needs to be addressed in order to be secure environment. And yeah, so we can close this. We can also close this. We're gonna leave it here because we will do another scan once we import the group policy objects. And now, while you are still on this website, you want to do the group policy objects. And we want to download GPO policies for Windows. So we're going to download those, and those are being updated relatively frequently. As you can see, now we have from January 2024. So we open the folder. We're gonna also extract everything. And once this is done, we will need to download the Microsoft LGPO tool. So it's Microsoft Security Compliance Toolkit. So what we need to do is to download it. I had those sites, Microsoft, but we can download the tools. Looks like the Microsoft page is not working, but I have the direct link to download it, and it will also be included in the blog post. So we navigate to the folder, and we can also extract all. Okay, and now we need to go to the folder and right click, and you need to open PowerShell window here. But actually we need to open as admin, so right click, open PowerShell admin, and we just navigate to the CD. And now we are in the Microsoft LGPO Toolkit working directory. So we will execute lgpo.exe, and there will be /g, and now we do double quotes, and now we need to navigate to those group policies that we download from the DoD website. So let me go back, and we have those bundles, I think, here in January, and we're gonna do bunch of them. So first we will do for the Windows Server GPOs, and we will need to copy this path and we will need to edit between those quotations, and we can press enter. So now those group policies are being applied to the system. Next, what we can do is also apply those security policies to Microsoft Edge GPOs. We also copy the path and we're gonna go back and we will remove everything between those, and we're going to paste it, enter. And we can also do, if you're running some Microsoft Office or running Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Adobe Acrobat, etc., you can also do it. And I think that's it for those. And yeah, one thing left to do is to run the benchmark again. So when we go here, we're gonna do another scan. Gonna continue, and once the scan is finished, I will continue. Alright, the scan is done. We can view the results. And this is the new scan. We're gonna open all settings. And as you can see, we improved our server score drastically to 96.76%. So what we can check is what we missed. So we have one issue with the system is not running on UAV firmware, is running. This is the reason, because I'm using the server from Hetzner and they have the control over the boot partitions, etc. You can create your own. If you boot your server to rescue mode, you can install your Windows, but this is their configuration, so I don't consider this as fail. And also we have access from this computer must only be assigned to the administrator and authenticated user group. Since we protect the port for network connections, I think this is us. And another thing, that we don't have the DoD root certificate, because I'm not working for the Department of Defense, so you can ignore those. But at the end, as you can see, the system is greatly secured. It is big improvement from 46%. Okay, let me close it, and also we can do probably we can do a Microsoft Edge scan. Let me uncheck the Windows Server and we can do Microsoft Edge. And we're gonna start scan. And the scan is complete. So we can view the results. And as you can see, we have 100% compliance because we imported the Microsoft Edge group policy from DoD. So everything is fine. So now one thing to do is to reboot your server. So let me just do that. And after that, we will continue. Okay, the system has been rebooted, and now we can see that we have some warning statement. We are accessing a US government information system that is provided for USG authorized use only. Logically, you can definitely ignore this, and you can also change it in the group policy editor. So we click OK, and now we are logged back in. Okay, so let me open the Edge. Perfect. Edge is working, so everything is fine, and I'm going to show you where you can change the text. Edit group policy, and it will be in the computer configuration, Windows settings, security settings, local policies, security options, and now we need to search for interactive logon. Okay, here, interactive logon, message text for all users attempting to log in. So here you can disable it, or you can change your wording for your company, however you feel you can adjust it. So you can click apply, and it will be, for example, Webnestify statement. You can click apply, and yeah, that's basically it. And one thing I forget to mention is that if you are not going to use a third-party security and antivirus solution, I also highly recommend, when you also apply those group policies for Windows Defender firewall, and also for, I think Windows Defender is already included, so yeah, for the Windows Defender. But now in this next part, I'm going to install the ESET server security, so we don't need to tweak or manage the Windows Defender. So let me now introduce you to the ESET Protect Complete. It is complete multi-layered protection for endpoints, cloud applications, emails, Linux servers, Windows servers, etc. Everything, every machine. So even if it's macOS, ESET Protect Complete got you covered. And it is very powerful solution to all the cybersecurity threats. It can protect you from ransomware. It will protect you from spying or DDoS attacks, etc., etc. It is fully comprehensive security solution, which Windows Defender kind lacks many features that ESET Protect will give you. So when you visit eset.com, you navigate to the business solutions. You can also set your trial if you want, but if you are Webnestify customer, or if you have managed Windows servers, ESET Protect will come automatically with your services, because Webnestify is proud partner with ESET. So let me log into my console, and first, what I wanted to show you, you will need to create a policy for the Windows server. When you set up your trial, you set up your account, you will see the dashboard like we are here now. So what you want to go, you want to go to the policies, and here on the left side you see ESET server file security for Microsoft Windows. You open it, and we can edit this policy. So let me zoom in so we can see better. So the name is Windows Server. Let's continue. For the detection engine, you can go settings by settings, and I also everything set up to be aggressive, because I want the maximum protection available. So go every order settings here, and if you're going to use also Microsoft OneDrive, you can also enable the integration. Or if you're going to set up your Hyper-V server, you have also option to scan the virtual machines inside of the Microsoft Hyper-V. So as you can see, it is very, very powerful. For the update, usually do automatic updates, so that's fine. For the device control, you want to enable the ESET security to be your device manager in order to get better protection. And this comes really handy, for example, if you download some software that is not yet found to be malicious, ESET will automatically open this software in a sandbox and it will analyze it. Then it will send the samples to their servers, and then you will receive answer if it's malicious or if it's safe to run. So it is very, very important to have this. For the tools, you can set up the time slots, you can set the Microsoft updates to notify you. You can also enable the ESET command line interface, ESET remote management, license, etc., etc. And another great thing is to enable vulnerability and patch management. That means if you install some software that is vulnerable, ESET will find it and it will update it if the update is available. Once that is done, you can click continue, and if you won't probably see the server here, so you can just click finish. And now we can enroll our new Windows server. On the left side, you also see the installers. So go to the installer. And first, you want to create your agent installer. As you can see, you have options for Windows, macOS, Linux, and also you can protect your company devices, iPhones, Android, etc. But in this case, it will be Windows. We want to participate in product improvement, feedback, etc. For the group customers, what you want to do is you want to do to the companies, and I'm going to assign it to Webnestify. That's completely fine. And you can also customize it. And you can also use the GPO if you have your domain controller. You can set it up with group policy, object policies. So when you connect your new servers or workstations, endpoints, it will automatically be deployed on those machines. So you don't need to do it manually. But in this demonstration, we will download the installer and we will run it manually. Full disk encryption, we don't want to use it on this instance. When we go to customize more settings, you can also select the agent configuration, which you can also create your policies there. And I think that's it. We can go continue. And we can do finish. And now we can download it. And we will open it. And now the ESET security will be installed on your Windows server. As you can see, this computer will be managed remotely. Click continue. And it will download and install the ESET agent. Once the agent is installed, we will need to continue the installation in your cloud console. So we can click done. And usually you can wait 5 till 10 minutes until the server will be propagated in your ESET Protect cloud dashboard. Alright, so after 5 minutes you can see that we have a green mark. We have a check mark that everything is connected. So you click on the computer, you go to details, and you can see some basic information of the server. And now what we want to do, we want to install the ESET server security. So in order to do that, we need to go to the computer, solutions, and enable security products. You select your licenses. Let me select this. Okay. You want to accept the end user agreement. You select your security product, which will be ESET server security for Microsoft Windows Server. If you're going to run your email server, you will need to do the Exchange server, and also for the IBM Domino or the SharePoint server. So you have the options. But in this case, we are just running the blank server. When you go to customize more settings, you can select the language and you can select the versions, but I always recommend going with the latest and greatest. You can click OK. And now what we can do is to enable the installation and give it a couple of seconds, and we will see that the ESET is going to be automatically installed on this server machine. So as you can see, the ESET server security installation have been started, and you manage everything from the ESET Cloud Console. So let me check it. We can ignore this for now. And don't worry, you will see this alert, but after a couple minutes, everything will be activated, and you can also, it will also update. But if you don't want to wait, you can still go here. You can go to computer solution. You go to your licenses. You go to license management. You open your license. Use license for activation. And you go to continue. Continue. Now you add your target, which will be server. You go to continue as soon as possible. Continue and finish. And now the task have been created, so it should be activated relatively quickly. Okay, so now the license have been activated. The ESET have been restarted automatically. So now you will need to wait until the updates are done, and then the ESET will perform the initial system scan. Update have been done. So now as you can see, it is doing the initial scan, which will greatly improve the performance of other scans. And when you go to setup, you have also options to set your settings through this installation. So now when we navigate back to our computers and we go for this Windows machine, we also need to activate the ESET Lifeguard Advanced, which comes with a license. So we're gonna click enable. We want select the optimal protection, and we're gonna enable. And also we want enable the vulnerability and patch management. So we click enable. We want enable auto patch management for applications and also for the system updates. And we can click enable. And one thing left to do is to go to the policies, and we want apply this policy to your new Windows server. So we can click assign computers, or you can dynamically assign to the groups. So in this case, we just do the computer, Windows server, okay. And the policies have been applied. When you want to apply into the groups, you can select the Windows computers. And in Windows computers, you can also select the Windows servers, because for the Windows desktop, there is completely different security solution. You can click OK, and that's it. So in the future, if you add more servers, this policy will be applied automatically. And yeah, I think that's it. That's it for this tutorial. In the future of couple tutorials, I will also do on the Windows server, because many of you probably don't have the dedicated IP. So I'm going to show you how you can basically set your server to communicate with Cloudflare, specifically Cloudflare Zero Trust Network. So you can access it even if you don't have dedicated IP, but you won't have a protection. And also there are many applications with the zero trust networking like NetBird or Tailscale. So I will also cover those in the future tutorials on Windows Server 2022. So yeah, I think that's it for this, and I really hope you like this tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. And if you follow everything in this tutorial, your server is really well secured, and basically you are in compliance with Department of Justice of United States. So yeah, that's really great. So yeah, let me know, share, comment, like this video, let anyone knows who you know who is running Windows servers. And if you're going to have any issues or don't have time, you are busy business owner, feel free to contact me on my webpage, and I'll be happy to assist you with your own installation, server management, etc. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next amazing tutorial. Bye bye.